Welcome back to Showcase Pittsburgh on KDKA. I'm John Klein. Today, 7 businesses on the show. Right now we have Terrell Everhart from Miles Group. Welcome to the show, Terrell.
Thank you, John.
Great to meet you. We've had other guests on in the past from the Miles Group, but in case somebody's watching this morning and they have no idea what you guys do, give us a little background.
Sure, no problem. Actually, what we are, myself, I'm actually a hiring manager for the Miles Group. And what the Miles Group is actually one of the largest final expense insurance agencies in the entire country. Now, I know you're asking, what is final expense?
What is final expense?
Exactly, right. Well, final expense is actually small, inexpensive policies that people take out on themselves, just in case something may happen to them later on down the line. It's there to take care of funeral arrangements and any other expenses that are incurred whenever someone passes away. So that's what we do, and that's what we.
Is this type of insurance common? Is this something that's gaining popularity? Has it been around for a while?
No, good point, John. Actually, it's actually blowing up. It's doing wonderful things right now. The final expense market, there's such a large demand for it right now, and that's kind of why I'm here today. We're actually looking for more people to satisfy our needs for all the customers that we have throughout the state.
What have you learned as we get into final expenses? Are people shocked at how much things cost when they realize when a family member would get a bill or they would sit down with somebody? I would assume I had no idea it would be this much.
Absolutely, and that's one of the things that we do. Along with doing the the money part, we also help them along with that process too. And you'd be surprised at how much we can actually save them through our consultations that we have through our policies, that they can actually save money whenever that time comes, especially for the family, because that money deserves to be in the family's pocket instead of,
in somebody else's.
That's right.
Is there a national average on how much a funeral would cost, final expenses would cost?
Funerals usually cost anywhere between $6,000 to $10,000 to $12,000, somewhere in that range.
Okay.
And we do our best to make sure, again, that the more that money stays in the family's pocket as opposed to in someone else's.
Right. So this is something where the insurance is built to cover the cost of that $6,000 funeral. Or that
Yes, sir. Yeah, that's exactly what we do. Good.
Now you're looking to expand. Now I remember last time somebody from the Miles Group was on, you had so many people contacting you, requesting more information, but you didn't have enough manpower and womanpower and agents to actually get back to everybody. And that's still the problem?
It is still the problem, and that's, like I said, that's why we're here today. We're looking for people that are, self-motivated and,
I'm assuming somebody who's outgoing and they want to be successful.
Right, and someone who has a great personality and someone who actually authentically wants to help someone.
Give us your background. You told me before we got started what you did. So you had a little sales experience, but how did you get started in the Miles Group?
Yeah, I did, and and honestly, sales experience isn't something that's needed. Okay. Again, work ethic and personality is what we're looking for. I did start out, in the car business many years ago for one of the larger car dealerships, and that did kind of catapult me into where I'm here today. Ironically, the owner of the group, Troy Miles, he and I actually met at that car dealership, and it's why I'm here today.
Okay.
Glad I did that.
Yeah, good for you. So this company, and we've met 2 or 3 people who work for the Miles Group, they claim it's one of the greatest work experiences that they've ever had.
John, you have no idea. If I could sit here and tell you all day about the great fun that we have and the camaraderie we have, but I don't want to bore you with that, but I do rest assured that the people that we work with are great people, and I wouldn't have it any other way. I wouldn't want to work in any other place other than the Miles Group.
We have a lot of bright lights here in the studio and these massive rings that you have, Terrell. Right. I have to ask, what are the rings? One has a green stone and the other has diamond, white something.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. What do we have?
Well, John, I'm actually quite proud of these, and no, they're not Super Bowl rings.
Right.
I didn't catch any passes in the Super Bowl.
Do people ask you when you wear those?
They do. Yeah. They do, and it's actually funny. We actually have people. All of us wear these that have them. People take pictures of us thinking we're football players, and we're not.
Right.
These are actually near and dear to my heart. one was given to me for 5 years of service with the company. I'm going to be honest with you, it's not an easy job. If it was, everyone would be doing it.
Okay.
But this one they gave me for being in the company for 5 years. And the other one is sort of like an MVP.
Okay.
So I'll use a little football reference. The other one's an MVP type thing. And Mr. Miles 3 years ago started up a program that anyone who made 6 figures or more in a year's time gets one of these rings. And I was lucky to be one of the first recipients of it. And you'd be surprised in our group how many people carry these rings. It's actually pretty nice.
How many people are you looking to hire? And we're not talking just in the greater Pittsburgh area. We're talking the entire state of Pennsylvania.
Let's just put it this way, John. If you're a good person at heart, again, work ethic and the personality, we're definitely looking for the, because we're expanding. We actually now recently just went into the state of Delaware, and who knows what's next.
Okay.
So that's
the sky's the limit. The sky's the limit.
Absolutely.
If somebody's watching and they'd like to get in touch with you about possibly working for the Miles Group and launching the next phase of their career, what do they need to do?
Absolutely. There's our website, eliteinsurance.com, and what you can do is actually go on there and kind of read a little bit about the people on our team and about the Miles Group. There's plenty of videos and links that you can kind of get a good idea of what our business does. And there's also a spot on there where you can actually do an online application and someone will get back to you. So that's what I encourage people to do.
5 years ago when you did it, any regrets?
Absolutely not.
Right.
Yes, I do actually.
That you didn't do it earlier.
There you go.
Right.
There you go.
Terrell, it's great meeting you today and continued success.
Thank you.
If you'd like to know more about the Miles Group, you can call Terrell. It's easy to do, or log on to the website. Coming up next, Cookie Harris from New Image Hair Clinic. That's on the way when Showcase Pittsburgh continues.